Hello, everyone. We are going to be doing a leg and core focus flow today. So, bringing hands overhead to start, arching the back slightly, bringing gaze to the ceiling, and then bringing the arms down. We'll do that a few more times here. Again, up. And then exhaling, bringing those arms down. One more time here, bringing those hands up and over. And then exhaling, we're going to do a forward fold here, bringing the hands to mat, bending the knees, bringing the nose to knee. Doing this a few more times here, we're just going to extend the legs, looking forward. Again, exhaling, bringing the nose back to knee. A few more times, looking forward, inhale. Exhaling, bending the knees, nose to knee. One more time here, looking forward, and then we're going to bend the knees, jumping back to plank. From here, we're going to bring the knees into the chest, doing this 8 times. Again, bringing the knees into the chest, making sure your plank is as flat as possible before moving through that vinyasa, coming through the upward dog before exhaling into downward dog. We'll spend a few breaths in this downward dog. Option to take a few gaze points, looking maybe at the toes, maybe at the shins, the knees, maybe even the upper thigh as well. From that downward dog, we're moving right back into that plank, bringing those knees to chest 8 times here before moving through that vinyasa again. Again, we will spend a few breaths in this downward dog. Once again, option to take those gaze points or just gaze to the back of the wall or to the mat. Last time, rolling into plank, bringing those knees to chest 8 times before going through that vinyasa and meeting me in downward dog. Taking a few more breaths here before we go right into some more core work. We're going to do some more planks, but we're going to bring our knee to the opposite elbow now. Rolling forward, we're going to bring the right elbow to meet the left knee. We'll do this 5 times on the left side before doing it 5 times on the right side. Once you are done leaning back in plank before moving through that vinyasa, and of course meeting me in downward dog, catching your breath, taking a few breaths here, maybe engaging that ujjayi breath before rolling back through that plank and repeating that flow again. When you are ready, go ahead and roll forward, bringing that right foot to meet the left knee, doing that 5 times. Again, of course, doing it on the right side, or excuse me, the left side as well, and then moving through that vinyasa, meeting it downward. After catching your breath in this resting position, moving forward to plank again. And this will be the last time we go through this flow here, 5 times on the left before repeating on the right, meeting me back and downward. From here, rolling forward into a tabletop position, bringing knees down to the mat, bringing the elbows to the mat as well. We're going to work on those obliques a little bit. So bringing the right hand in, bringing that to a 90-degree angle, extending the leg, and then bringing that leg to meet the elbow on the left hand. Again, really crunching in, working on those obliques here. We're going for 20 on this side, so just a few more here, breathing through it. Bringing that knee down, pushing back into a child's pose if you feel you need it. Taking about 3 or 4 breaths here before moving to the other side. When you are ready, roll on up, bringing that left leg to a 90-degree angle, extending that right leg, and then again crunching it in to the side, really trying to get a crunch on those obliques, and again going for 20 on this side as well. Next one, and then we're going to bring that leg down and meet me in a child's pose. Taking a few breaths here. We have just a little bit more of the core series before moving on to the legs. From this child's pose, bringing the forearms right underneath the shoulders and extending the legs long behind you. We're going to just work on some side planks here. So bringing the arms both at a 90-degree angle and flipping from side to side. We'll do this for a few times here. Giving me a few more here. We're going to go for 1, 2, and down. Stretching that out in a upward cobra, full cobra, excuse me. Pushing down and then exhaling as you push up, full cobra, keeping the hips on the ground as much as possible. Give me a few more here. Exhaling, pushing up, full cobra, and then lifting up into upward dog, and then coming into downward dog. From here, we're going to come into a 3-legged dog, bringing the right leg up and then into the chest. We'll do that 2 more times here before bringing the foot down and coming into a pyramid pose. Holding here for a couple more breaths. Then we're going to press into the front thigh here, the front quad, coming into a warrior 2. Exhaling, breathing down. And then inhaling, coming into reverse warrior. Doing that 2 more times here. Again, exhaling warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. One more time, coming into warrior two before dropping the hand and meeting back into a downward dog. So, first bringing that leg back into a three-leg dog, maybe taking that advancement and going through the vinyasa with that leg up. Again, meeting back in the downward dog before we'll do the same on the other leg. Extending that left, bringing it in, back up two more times. On the last one, we will drop that leg coming into pyramid pose. Again, we are going to press into that left leg and the front left leg to push into a warrior two and bringing that leg and those arms up, excuse me. Exhaling, pushing into warrior two, and again moving into reverse warrior. Two more times. Reverse warrior. Last one, we will come into warrior two before dropping the hands to the mat and going through that three-leg dog advancement by possibly going through the vinyasa with the leg up. Pushing back into the downward dog, we're going to come back into three-legged dog, extending the right leg, bringing it into the chest, extending it, doing that two more times before coming into a pyramid pose. Then bringing the hands up if you're looking for a challenge and bringing yourself up with just your core strength and your leg strength as well. Turning the back leg in, we're going to do a standing forward fold, hands to hips, looking up, exhaling as you bring the head down to the mat. Option to bring a yoga block underneath as well. Then we'll extend the arms looking forward. Exhale, bringing the forehead back to the mat. Bringing the hands to the hips, we are going to look forward, holding there for a breath before coming up halfway and then exhaling, coming back. We'll do that 5 more times here. Bringing the hands back down to the mat, extending forward, turning the front leg forward before bringing it back to a three-legged dog. And then we'll move through that vinyasa. Again, option to just keep the legs down or bring the knees to the mat to go through that vinyasa before meeting in downward dog. Now bringing the left leg up, bringing it into the chest, extending long, 2 more times before meeting in pyramid and going through that flow on the other side. If you're looking for that challenge again, bringing those hands up, just using the core strength and the leg strength, and then we'll look up before exhaling, forward fold, bringing the forehead down to the mat, maybe opening up the legs a little more if necessary, bringing the hands down to the mat before extending up, exhaling, looking forward, and then coming back down, bringing the forehead to the mat. Pushing up one more time, looking forward before exhaling, bringing that forehead down to the mat and bringing the hands to the waist. We'll bring ourselves up halfway, exhaling, bringing ourselves back down. We'll do that 4 more times. Bringing the hands back down to the mat, flipping that front leg forward, coming back into a three-legged dog, and moving through that vinyasa, meeting me back in downward dog here. Taking a few breaths here before we will jump forward into a seated position. Bending the knees, jumping forward, and bringing the legs to a cross-legged position. We're going to bring the right arm up and over, exhaling as you do so before coming back up. Doing that 2 more times on this side before we go to the other side. Switching arms, now bringing the left arm up and over, really trying to get that side stretch, doing that 2 more times on this side. Dropping the arms and then just circling the body. We'll do that 2 times on the right and then do that 2 times on the left. And walking the hands forward, maybe extending them all the way, depending on how comfortable that is for you. Getting a stretch with the right leg in front or whichever leg you have in front before switching legs to get a stretch on the other side. If you haven't already, switch those legs, bringing hands up overhead and then rolling forward. Again, getting a good stretch along those hip flexors. From there, roll yourself on up. We are done with this quick core and leg focus flow, bringing hands up overhead and hands to forehead, third eye at least. Namaste, and I will see you guys in the next class. Have a great day.